There's something incredibly powerful about realizing this. Time is the only resource you can never get back. You can lose money and make it again. You can lose energy and recover. But time? Once it's gone forever. That's why learning to prioritize what truly matters isn't just a productivity hack. It's a life philosophy. Before we go any further, I want you to pause and reflect. Are you really spending your days on what matters most? Or are you stuck chasing things that, deep down, won't make you proud in 5 years? If you're watching this video, it means you're ready. Ready to live more intentionally. Ready to align your time with your values. Ready to cut the noise and focus on the signal dot. So if you're serious about taking control of your life and becoming the person you were meant to be, hit that subscribe button right now. This channel is here to help you grow step by step. Your transformation begins today. Let's go deeper. Think of the average day. You wake up, check your phone, maybe scroll through messages, social media, or emails. Already, your focus is being pulled in 100 different directions. The world is screaming for your attention, but none of it is aligned with your purpose. That's the trap. Distractions are often disguised as urgency. They feel important in the moment, but they leave you feeling empty later. To prioritize what matters, you need to reverse that default mode. Instead of reacting, you need to design. Instead of consuming, you need to create. This requires one critical shift: getting clear on your values. Because until you define what matters to you, everything will feel equally important. And that's how you stay stuck. Take a moment and imagine your ideal life. Who are you in that vision? What are you doing? Who are you surrounded by? How? Do you feel waking up every morning? Now compare that to your current routine. How many of your daily actions are moving you closer to that vision? If the answer is not many, that's okay. Awareness is the first step to change. What matters now is what you do next. Prioritizing what really matters starts with clarity. And clarity comes from asking the right questions. What do I truly care about? What brings me peace? What gives me energy instead of draining it? What am I doing only because others expect it? These questions are uncomfortable, but they're necessary. Because living without intention is like sailing without a compass. You'll drift, maybe even cover distance, but you'll never arrive where you're meant to be. Once you begin to identify your priorities, the real challenge begins: saying no. You can't prioritize everything. Every yes to something meaningless is a no to something important. And this is where most people fail. They're afraid of disappointing others, of missing out, of standing still. But here's the truth. Greatness comes from focus. Fulfillment comes from alignment. You don't have to be busy to be valuable. You don't have to please everyone to be respected. You don't have to do everything to live a full life. Now let me ask you something bold. If you had only 1 year left to live, how would your priorities change? Let that sink in. Would you still obsess over likes and followers? Would you waste hours arguing online? Would you keep working a job that drains your soul? Or would you finally chase your dreams? Would you spend more time with people you love? Would you create, explore, serve, and grow? This thought experiment isn't meant to scare you. It's meant to remind you that time is precious and your life is happening right now, not someday. That's why you must protect your attention like gold. Because your attention is your life force. Wherever it flows, your life follows. Which brings us to something powerful. The power of focus. Focus isn't about doing more. It's about doing less, but doing it with intention, excellence, and consistency. Most people are constantly switching tasks, checking notifications, multitasking, and burning out. But here's the truth. Multitasking is a myth. Your brain can only focus deeply on one thing at a time. When you try to do everything, you end up doing nothing well. High performers, those who live with purpose and results, understand this. They organize their day around what matters most. They create boundaries. They say no often. And they're not afraid to be misunderstood because they know their path is not for everyone. This is where your power lies too, in protecting your priorities. Even when the world tries to pull you away from them, if you want clarity, you have to remove the clutter. Start with your digital space. Clean up your phone. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Unfollow people who drain your energy. Simplify your digital life so you can focus on your real life. Next, simplify your schedule. Ask yourself, why am I doing this? Does this truly align with my goals, my purpose, and my peace? The best way to stay aligned with what matters is to build a system of habits, reflection, and weekly reviews. Because no matter how motivated you feel today, discipline is what keeps you going tomorrow. Build your day around your top 3 priorities, not 10, not 20, just 3. Focused energy always beats scattered energy. And while you do that, stay grounded. You don't need to rush. Life isn't a race. It's a process of becoming, and becoming requires space. Space to think, space to rest, space to reconnect with yourself. Now, let's talk about one of the biggest lies in modern culture. Being busy equals being important. That's false. Being busy often means being reactive. It means you're allowing others to dictate your time. Real success isn't about how full your calendar is. It's about how fulfilled your heart is. So take a deep breath. This is your reminder to slow down, pause, and ask, what's truly important right now? And while we're here, if you're finding this video helpful, take a moment to like it and share it with someone who needs it. These small actions help spread wisdom to more people, and it shows the algorithm that this is content worth showing to others. Let's keep going. A life built on the right priorities feels different. It feels lighter, more purposeful, less chaotic, more meaningful. But there will be resistance. Distractions will still knock. Doubt will still whisper. The pressure to compare will still rise. That's why it's essential to reconnect with your why regularly. Why are you doing this? Why does it matter? Why must you stay committed even when it's hard? Because your why is the fire that fuels your focus. When you know what matters and you live by it, you start saying yes to things that align with your growth, not just your comfort. You say yes to habits that elevate your life, to relationships that feed your soul, to work that fulfills you, and to silence that brings clarity. And most importantly, you say yes to yourself. You stop betraying your values to please others. You stop delaying your dreams to meet expectations that were never yours. You stop chasing validation and start building inner peace. Because in the end, the life you're living, it's yours. And if you don't choose your priorities, someone else will choose them for you.